Hello, my name's Michael Wybrow and welcome to FIT3178 iOS app development. This is the first of several short videos for the week, and in this one I'm going to give an overview and introduction to the unit. The subsequent videos are about an assessment overview, an overview of the weekly topics, and then introducing the topic of iOS, firstly giving an introduction to the operating system, and then a couple of videos that look at the Swift programming language, specifically types, variables, collections, optionals, and then Swift control flow structures, classes, and enumerations. So once you finish this unit, our expectation is that you should be able to describe the feasibility and technical challenges of creating iOS apps and do this using the UI kit and its associated technologies. We would expect you to be able to analyze mobile interface guidelines and technical constraints to design effective navigation and user interfaces for mobile apps. We would expect you to be able to apply common object-oriented design patterns such as model view controller and delegation. And we expect you to be able to follow iOS best practices to design, construct, and test non-trivial iOS apps with a web service component. Now, this last point is really what we're building towards in the unit. This unit is all about building an iOS app, and this can be an iOS app of your own design, where we guide you and help you scope it, or it can be one based on some recommendations that we give. And this unit is really an entrepreneurship unit. It's about facilitating you to create something that you can have as a portfolio piece to show a potential employer and gain real experience in building iOS apps. So I'm the lecturer and chief examiner for the unit. We also have 8 lab demonstrators. Adrian is our head TA, and then we have Amesh, Summer, William, Ying, Kent, Minna, and Ningran. And all of these people have experience building iOS apps. A number of them work as iOS developers in industry, so we have a great team. You may also see Jason or Josh sometimes in forum posts. They're Monash staff that have also been involved in teaching the unit in the past and assist in development of the unit. So the prerequisites for FIT3178 are listed here, and basically they're introductory programming courses that would teach you object-oriented programming. So there's a sort of expectation in the unit that you're familiar with standard programming concepts, things like control structures, sequences, conditionals, loops, and object-oriented concepts like classes and objects, but also functions or methods of classes. And there's no expectation that you've used Swift before, the programming language we'll be using in the unit. That's something we'll teach you, and as we introduce concepts of Swift, we'll compare and contrast them against things that you may have seen in other languages. So all the learning materials for the unit are delivered via Moodle. You'll see pre-workshop videos such as these ones. Watch these before you come to the workshop. Activities in the workshop will assume knowledge of what was in the videos. If you have questions about content in the videos, you can ask on the forums. In the workshop, they will be active learning activities with discussions, with some live coding. Where I do live coding in the workshops, I will post demo projects under Moodle, so you'll have access to try out the things that were demonstrated as part of the workshops. You'll find lab exercises which are assessed in the early weeks, and you'll also find supplementary exercises that add additional material that may or may not be relevant for you depending on the actual app design that you choose. You'll also find assessment specifications there. So I want to talk for a moment about methods of getting help. The Ed forums are the primary means of asking questions. and also just having discussions with your classmates or the teaching staff. This is the best place to ask and the fastest way to get attention. There'll also be consultation times. You're welcome to come along to consultations with any questions you have or problems you run into in the lab classes. And these will be listed on Moodle shortly. There's also a role account, and this is the preferred method of you contacting myself or Adrian. We will monitor this and respond. And please don't send me email to my personal address. You just risk it getting missed and getting a slower response. So I'll monitor the role account, and that's the fastest way to get help. We also have a Discord server that you can check out if you want to use that. And we'll post announcements on Moodle and you'll get email notifications. So you should be doing this for all your units, but please pay attention to your Monash email and look out for email notifications, and they'll come through for important announcements. So a word on the unit workload. Like other units, there's an expectation you work 12 hours a week. You'll need to do this for most of the unit. And this is roughly 1 hour of preparation, watching videos like this each week. It's participation in a 2-hour workshop. It's participation in a 3-hour lab class where you'll probably require some preparation time yourself. And then there's 6 additional hours. In the early weeks, for the first 6 weeks where we have assessed lab exercises, you'll probably put that time into studying material from workshops, completing the lab exercises, completing the extension activities. In the later half of the unit, this switches to you in the lab classes working on your assignment or doing supplementary exercises from the labs that may be helpful to you. For example, if you're going to use maps in your assignment, you might do the lab exercises we have on maps. If you're not using maps, maybe you skip those and do something else. And then you'll be using that additional 6 hours a week in the second half of the semester to work on your final assignment. Okay, thanks for watching, and in the next video I will talk about the assessments.